Have you ever secretly smiled when someone successful failed? Maybe it was a celebrity getting exposed, a rich influencer losing everything, a topper finally making a mistake, or someone arrogant getting humiliated online. You didn't plan to enjoy it, but for a second, it felt satisfying. And that raises an uncomfortable question. Why does human failure entertain us? Why do millions stop scrolling just to watch someone embarrass themselves? And why does another person's downfall sometimes feel strangely personal? Tonight, Voice Signal explores one of the darkest emotions hidden inside the human mind: the psychology of enjoying failure. Psychologists have a word for this emotion: Schadenfreude, a German term meaning pleasure derived from another person's misfortune. It sounds cruel, but research suggests almost everyone experiences it, not because humans are evil, but because humans constantly compare themselves to others. Who is smarter, more attractive, more successful? And every time someone rises above us, our brain quietly measures the distance. This is called social comparison theory. When that successful person suddenly falls, the distance shrinks. For a brief moment, we feel safer. Imagine two people. One struggles quietly, the other constantly posts success online: perfect body, perfect lifestyle, perfect relationship. Over time, comparison becomes unavoidable. Even if we don't admit it, their success can make us feel smaller. Psychologists discovered something disturbing. The more envy people feel toward someone, the more pleasure they may feel during that person's failure, not always consciously, because another person's failure temporarily repairs damaged self-esteem. It whispers, "See, they're not better than you." This is why celebrity scandals spread instantly, why internet mobs explode when famous people fail, and why social media profits from humiliation. Because outrage is addictive, but humiliation is entertainment. But envy is only part of the story. Sometimes people enjoy failure because it feels deserved. An arrogant billionaire loses money, a corrupt politician gets exposed, a bully finally gets embarrassed, and suddenly millions celebrate. Why? Because the brain loves balance. When someone abuses power or acts selfishly, their downfall feels like justice restoring order. That's why online cancellations spread so fast. People don't just want accountability, they want emotional satisfaction, a public execution of status. Now combine human insecurity, comparison, envy, and competition with algorithms designed to maximize attention. That is social media. Modern platforms reward emotional intensity, and nothing spreads faster than humiliation. A streamer getting exposed, a public breakdown, a failed performance. Millions click instantly because deep inside, failure creates emotional stimulation, especially when the person failing appears wealthy, powerful, or superior. The internet transforms Schadenfreude into content, and the scariest part? Sometimes we don't even realize we're consuming it. We call it drama, entertainment, memes, but psychologically, it's still pleasure from another human being's suffering. From an evolutionary perspective, this behavior may have helped humans survive. In ancient tribes, status meant everything. Higher status meant more food, more safety, and more influence. So when a rival lost status, your chances improved. And although society changed, our brains still carry ancient wiring. That's why competition still feels emotional today. A coworker gets promoted, a friend earns more money, a classmate becomes successful, and without realizing it, our brain turns life into a scoreboard. But there's a dangerous side to this emotion. The more we enjoy watching failure, the less empathy we feel. Over time, people stop seeing others as human beings. They become content, a meme, a scandal, a viral humiliation. And once empathy disappears, cruelty becomes easy, especially online. Because screens create emotional distance, we forget the person being laughed at can still feel pain. And the internet never forgets. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't hate failure. They hate what success reveals about themselves. Someone else's success can expose our insecurity, fear, and lack of discipline. And instead of improving ourselves, sometimes it feels easier to wait for successful people to fall, because their failure gives temporary relief. but only temporarily. Eventually, the emptiness returns, and the cycle repeats again. So does enjoying failure make you a bad person? Not necessarily. Psychologists believe Schadenfreude is a normal human emotion, but maturity begins when we stop feeding it, because another person falling will never truly elevate you. Only growth can do that. You've been listening to Voice Signal, where we decode the hidden psychology behind human behavior, because the darkest parts of the human mind are often the most honest.